Hi there. This time we're going to be talking about robots. Well, I think that by now you know that I am really crazy about technology. But this robot is a brand new one by Amazon. Have you heard of this robot? Astro by Amazon. To introduce you to Astro, I'm going to first play an audio file explaining the capabilities of Astro. Are you ready?
Astro is a new robot developed by Amazon. It was inspired by science fiction and the idea of having robots in homes. The robot is designed to navigate autonomously and map out its surroundings. Astro uses SLAM, which means simultaneous localization and mapping. The robot has cameras, neural networks, and planners to process information and make decisions. Astro is capable of millions of calculations per second. The goal is to create a robot with a personality and communication abilities.
So, I expect by now that when you listen to something, you take some notes. That's very important to help you improve your listening skills. So, this is Astro, and in this audio, they're explaining a little bit about Astro. If you want to listen to it again, below the video, you will see the audio file for you to test your listening skill again. So this is Astro. Astro is a new robot developed by Amazon. It was inspired by science fiction and the idea of having robots in homes. The robot is designed to navigate autonomously and map out its surroundings. Let's read this word together. Autonomously. Autonomous. Let's break out the word autonomous. Autonomous. Autonomously. Autonomously. Now let's put together. Navigate autonomously. Very good. And to map out, this is a phrasal verb, to map out its surroundings. Okay, everything that is around the robot. Interesting, right? So we're going to see in the video how it actually works. Astro uses SLAM. SLAM is an acronym for simultaneous, localization, and mapping, as we said when we talked about mapping out. Here it's a screenshot of the video in which Rodney Brooks, professor of robotics, discusses that. As a side note, in English we have a difference between a teacher and a professor. A professor is a university teacher. That's the difference. So if the teacher is a university teacher, we call him or her a professor. Let's continue reading. The robot has cameras, neural networks, and planners to process information and make decisions. Process information and make decisions. Astro is capable of millions of calculations per second. The goal is to create a robot with a personality and communication abilities. Can you imagine that? It's already happening, and here in this video we can watch a little bit about Astro. Let's watch together.
This type of product didn't exist. It was an unrealized vision for many years.
I was really excited to be able to work on something that was so complex and so sort of new within Amazon as well as new to world.
It's taking science fiction and making it a reality.
In one of the senior management meetings, we talked about, does anybody in the room think that in 5, 10 years, you're not going to have robots in your home? And everybody's like, yeah, we are. So we said, well, let's get started.
So that's when we really started to get into a lot of the fun experiences around sort of inventing what the customer experience should be for a feature that was just a line on a piece of paper prior to that.
Feature is a characteristic. Okay, feature. We pull together. To pull, right? Pull. Push and pull. So we pull together technologies from all different areas.
pulled together technologies from all these different areas to build something that so many roboticists have been dreaming about or thinking about. The question wasn't, should we build it, but why wouldn't we?
Now, Astro can see, infer, hear, understand, but then you add mobility on top of it.
Astro is a robot that can go up to 1 meter per second. It has to detect walls. It has to detect challenging situations.
This is going to be an autonomous device that's driving around your home. We had to make sure that there was a system that was always looking out and can stop Astro in a moment's notice.
Slam. So you see, the system can always look out. Look out is to be aware of what's going on around. You can even use look out when you tell someone, look out, be careful. In the verb, he's always looking out and could stop Astro in a moment's notice.
SLAM is simultaneous localization and mapping.
This is a standard term used in robotics. It's an old problem. It's not a new problem. The complexity is immense.
It's well known in the SLAM community that people will sort of say, we solved the math 20 years ago. We still haven't figured out how to do it. And this is a great example of how you've actually taken the math and deliver a truly impressive system.
The robot has these cameras, and it'll look around, and it'll find points. And it's able to see if it recognizes where it is in this cloud of points in space. Astro is doing millions and millions of calculations every second. We have multiple neural networks running in parallel based on camera input. We have multiple planners in this thing, figuring out what to do and how to tie it all together. And kind of the...
It's figuring out. We have multiple planners in this thing, figuring out. Figure out is an important phrasal verb that means to find something, figure out, to calculate and find a solution. I need to figure out the answer to this problem, to find the answer after doing calculations.
We have multiple planners in this thing, figuring out what to do and how to tie it all together. And kind of the neat thing about it is it's all packaged up within one robot.
Astro does SLAM really well. To be able to do it locally, do it so fast, map out the world so quickly. I'm really impressed.
Navigating autonomously and building a map of its own. I mean, that is incredible.
We took inspiration from science fiction and movies and cartoons, places where people have looked into the future and thought about what could it look like to have something in the home to help you.
We wanted to create a personality. Out of the top 100 robots that people love, only 5 of them didn't have eyes.
It's effectively this universal symbol for communication. And we were able to communicate a lot of things that we otherwise wouldn't necessarily have been able to. Also, we got to really think about, what should a robot sound like? Phonemes and motifs and, creating chords.
Most consumer electronic devices are just nuts and bolts. You turn it on, it plays a sound, that's it. Astro comes alive.
This is our first robot, not our last robot.
I think I'm excited to be able to launch Astro and share this with my friends and family and point to Astro and say, this is what I worked on.
It's unlike anything I've ever done before. And the technology that we have built, I look at as foundational.
Oh, Astro is a huge step forward. The next question will be, when can I get one?
So this is Astro, some vocabulary from the video, and just a simple takeaway question. Should we get one? Are you excited about Astro? What are the applications of Astro in your life? There are some other videos on the Amazon YouTube channel sharing some ideas about Astro. So I think it's quite groundbreaking. We are in the era of AI and now robots. So I remember 15 years ago when I first shared with my students another robot similar to this that they were building. But I think that now, 15 years into the future, it's really happening. So this was today's topic. Thank you so much for watching it, and I'll see you next time.